Yes. Okay. Our story is called Beyond the Red Door. Good old Jersey, thought Holden, who recently moved into a suburban town named Farbrook. He sighed with disgust as he ripped the fresh grass off his new lawn. His parents bought the house not too long ago because they thought the family needed to leave the city. As he was scoping out the place, his eyes stumbled upon a girl. She was cute, he thought, but young for his taste. He found it odd that she was wearing no socks with her loafers, but by the time his eyes shifted back upwards, the girl came over to introduce herself. "Hi, I'm Margaret," said the girl. "I was in your shoes not too long ago." Holden was shocked that such a young girl was bold enough to strike up a conversation with a stranger, but he played it cool. Caulfield is the name, Holden Caulfield. At this time, Holden lit up a cigarette. Margaret was amazed at how the boy's parents allowed him to smoke. She was not very accepting of his bad habit, but thought it suited his look, especially because it drew her attention away from that awful red hat he was wearing. As the school year came to an end and the beautiful thought of summer days emerged, Holden and Margaret grew very fond of each other. They would hang out on the weekends and spark up interesting yet controversial topics. The main topic they seemed to always come back to was religion. They both agreed that they did not have a particular religion, yet spoke to God in some way. One hot summer afternoon, after Margaret was done with her chores at home, she ran to Holden's house to tell him about a very odd dream she had the night before. She found Holden in the garage, bandaging his hand. "What happened?" asked Margaret. "Nothing, I just got mad at these phonies in the neighborhood and got into a little fight, that's all," replied Holden. Margaret was so eager to tell Holden her dream that she just brushed off what he said and began. She told him how a flower had appeared in her dream and that whoever held the flower was blessed with a religion suitable for the individual. She went on about how the special flower was attainable through a red door, which resembled one in the downtown area of Farbrook. Holden's jaw dropped. After a 2-minute recovery, he began to flip out about how he had the exact same dream. A weird feeling came upon both of them, and they decided the next day to set out and begin their journey to the red door, simply out of curiosity. Holden, being older, knew he would not find anything on the other side of the door, but he figured he'd join Margaret for company. The next day, the weather was perfect. The smell of the hot summer breeze and cherry blossom trees filled the air. Margaret decided to pack some snacks and sanitary napkins just in case. She applied deodorant and did her hair for the occasion. Holden met her in front of her house.
applied
He didn't
deodorant.
look any different. Converse, ripped jeans, a black t-shirt, and the red hat were all that occupied his wardrobe, Margaret thought. After a 15-minute walk, After a 15-minute walk, they reached the red door, which was found behind a laundromat on First Street. Margaret argued with Holden that he should be the first to open the door because he was a boy. Holden refused because deep down, the situation did freak him out, but of course he could not admit it. Finally, Margaret agreed to open the door. The door swung open and the two just stared in confusion. What was on the other side of the door was simply an elevator. A scary one, of course, like the ones from the old days with the dungeon bars. It was very dark and creepy in the elevator, with spiderwebs hanging from every corner. Margaret and Holden noticed there were the only 2 buttons they could press, up and down. Margaret wondered if up led to God. While silence surrounded the elevator, the doors quickly shut. Margaret and Holden did not hesitate to grab each other. They feared for their lives. In the blink of an eye, the elevator dropped. They felt like their lives were flashing before their eyes. Kicking and screaming, they tumbled around the elevator for what seemed like a lifetime. Margaret was especially worried because she thought the drop would lead to hell, a place she never dared to think about. The elevator made a sudden stop. Like deer in headlights with their jaws to the floor, Margaret and Holden were astonished at their survival. The doors opened to a garden. However, it did not look like a garden at all. "Look, there's a sign," said Margaret said. "Welcome to Pasacalita Land." "What a phony name," said Holden. "What's so special about this place anyway? People are probably just as fraudulent as they are home." The sign looked as if it were struck by lightning, and the garden did not look well kept at all. "My friend Moose could have done a better job trimming these weeds, and the people who work here," Margaret shouted to Holden, "and he's only 14. Holden didn't pay much attention to Margaret. He was on his own mental journey. He observed the place high and low, touching anything he could get his hands on, but yet something did not feel right about Pasacalita Land. This is Pasacalita Land, as you can see. The trees, there's barely any leaves, everything looks burnt. It's not a happy place, forest, you think animals, there were none over there. And as you can see, the red door it almost looks like a very dark, gloomy place. Margaret and Holden decided to take a walk and search the new land they stumbled upon. They wondered if the flower they saw in their dream could actually be amongst all the dead ones surrounding the grounds they walked on. After miles of walking, Margaret and Holden grew tired from seeing the same things. The land seemed dead and abandoned for ages. The trees were naked, the grass was dry and brittle, and the acres of land flourishing with brown, black, and gray colors. There was no sort of life in it whatsoever. Suddenly, Holden saw something in the distance and tapped Margaret on the shoulder, signaling to be quiet. As they grew closer to the object, they noticed it was a person. How relieved and hopeful they were to see someone in this dead land, yet they did not say anything at all. It was a young girl with long blonde hair and a baby blue dress. Her back towards them, jumping up and down religiously, she appeared to be talking to the tree in front of her. Margaret and Holden both slightly tilted their heads, perplexed at what was happening. They felt sorry for her, assuming she had gone mad while stuck in Pasacalito land. Suddenly, they looked up at the tree, and out of the blue, a smile appeared. Margaret and Holden were shocked, rubbing their eyes in amazement. "This has to be some sort of magic land," whispered Margaret to Holden. As they tiptoed closer to the little girl, they overheard her talking to the smile. "Please come down here. I'm sorry I offended you, but the only reason I wanted you to wear the leash was because you keep disappearing on me." Holden thought about what the girl said. What a dumb broad, he thought. She's still a child. The young girl grew frustrated and started crying. "You're the most meanest thing in the universe." Again, Holden thought she should brush up on her English skills as well. As you can see, here's Alice. And there's a smile in the tree. She's jumping up and down. Can everyone see that?
That's cool.
Margaret, without hesitation, went up to the girl to comfort her. The girl was shocked, which grew into excitement. She was so happy to meet someone new, especially in a land where she too thought no one existed. "I'm Alice," said the young girl, "and I'm the Cheshire Cat," said the smile. Where the smile was floating, a cat's body appeared, attached to the mouth. "Don't pay any attention to him," said Alice. "It is lovely to finally meet someone in this horrible place. On our way back to the Queen's house from lunch, the Cheshire Cat and I decided to take a shortcut and stumbled upon this place. We have been lost for hours now, and the cat seems not to want to cooperate with me." Grinning, the Cheshire Cat explained that Alice tried to hold him captive on a leash. And Alice only really did it so that the cat would not disappear on her and leave her all alone. Margaret and Holden introduced themselves and explained how they came to Pasacalito land. "Is this what this place is called? Pardon me, but I'm a little parched from this adventure. I'm originally from Earth, but decided to move to Wonderland ever since I met my new friends there. Of course, they could be a bit discriminating, me being human and all, and the Queen does enjoy beheading everyone, but other than that, it's a pretty nice place." Margaret and Holden and Alice decided to rest by the tree and exchange stories and ideas while the Cheshire Cat remained on the tree branch and overheard. Margaret and Holden updated Alice on how Earth was doing. Alice told them how she originally came across Wonderland and how she decided to move there. While the story time was happening down below, the Cheshire Cat decided to take a nap. While trying to drift away into a deep sleep, he couldn't help but hear someone huffing and puffing. The sound seemed so close, yet the cat could not see anyone. The Cheshire Cat looked around him, utterly confused. He then unexpectedly saw a hairy spider making its way toward him. Still quite a distance away, panting from exhaustion, he heard her say, "Salutations!" as she crawled closer. As she crawled closer, the Cheshire Cat disappeared. "Hey, where'd you go?" asked the spider. "Away from you. And exactly who are you?" asked the Cheshire Cat. "I'm Charlotte. Very nice to meet you," said the spider. "I see. And what are you, part of this dreary land? If you're going to have a land, at least make it wonderful like mine." "I might be mad, but mad is just as sane as this place," responded the cat. Charlotte was confused and asked him to further explain his theory, but the cat refused. Charlotte went on to saying, "I'm not originally from here. I come from a farm. The reason I'm here is because maybe you and your friends could help me, please. The evil witch has taken my friend Wilbur, and she wants to kill him. Please, you have to help me." As you can see, we all remember from Charlotte, some pig has turned into some bacon.
Wow.
The Cheshire Cat went about his business and ignored poor Charlotte. She thought if the ignorant cat won't help her, maybe his friends would. So down the tree she went. Charlotte reached Margaret, Holden, and Alice and explained her desperate need for help. She went on to say, "The evil witch took over Pasacalito land when she stole the golden flower."
Wait, how did you do that? Some bacon thing?
We did it.
Oh, we found it.
Online. I guess it's someone like mocking
Yes.
the book.
She went on to say, "The evil witch took over Pasacalito land when she stole the golden flower. She stole religion from everyone in this land and came up with her own. According to the legend, the flower holds each individual's religion, but the witch is holding it in the castle, and her new religion is to sacrifice pigs. And my friend Wilbur is next. You have